Hey, we're back here at Visay High School between the Wildcats and Fargo-Gage Fort Supply.
Hey, let's go 2-1.
The sun is kind of breaking through the clouds a little bit, which is nice, but at first pitch the temperature was 47 with a wind chill of 38. Winds in the upper 20s and wind gusts in the low 30s. So obviously, as many of you guys have been out today, know it's a pretty miserable morning so far. And first pitch, Landon King, he's going to ground this to short and throw over to first base for the first out. Coach Warman still messing with the lineup to try to figure out the best lineup for this Wildcat team. Wyatt Tillery is now at the plate for the Wildcats. That pitch is going to be in the dirt for a ball. And again, pitch in the dirt, ball 2. And 3-0 now to Tillery. Trying to do the best I can to put the mic down to block the wind, but I'm probably not doing a very good job for y'all. And 4-pitch walk, Tillery brings up Seth Weststone. And And that pitch is in the dirt and gets away. Tillery advances over to second base on the wild pitch. Weston's going to line this one down the first base line. Foul. And Weston's going to drop the bunt, and he's going to be safe at first. Looked like maybe the first baseman came off the bag, but called him out. And Tillery moves over to third on the sacrifice bunt. So 2 outs now for the Wildcats. With the runner 90 feet away, Blake Chain at the plate. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. And that pitch, it's Chain in the backside. So he's going to trot on down to first base. So runners on the corners now to set up Kellen Briggs. Whetstone takes second base as Briggs takes the first pitch for a strike. And that one's going to hurt as Briggs wears a pitch. And he's going to go on down to first base. So the Wildcats have the bases loaded now with Jason Baker come to the plate. 2 outs for the Wildcats. And that pitch is outside corner for a strike to Baker. Big swing and miss there. 0-2 now. And Baker's going to hit this into left field, but the wind, I think, is going to push it foul. Baker said that was initially going towards the light pole that's in left center field, more left field, and it came down almost outside the ballpark. And Baker's going to ground this one to short. Shortstop slings it over to first base for the out. So Wildcats strand 3 as we head to the top of the second. The game remains scoreless between the Wildcats and Fargo-Gage Fort Supply. You're watching Wildcat Baseball, Wildcat TV. And we're back here at Visai. Last half inning, had to take care of something, so no audio there, but Jason Baker did get 2 strikeouts and then a great play at first by Kelson Shook. And Jason Baker to get out of the inning, 1, 2, 3. As Shook is going to lead off the inning for the Wildcats. First pitch to Shook is high, if you can tell. I'll send over here by the first base dugout. Shook's going to ground this one to second base over to first base for the out. Sitting over here by the first base dugout, which is occupied by the Wildcats, and they're a lively bunch today. Maybe some of that's trying to stay warm, I don't know. But the sun coming out, it is helping warm things up just a little bit. Now Case and Whetstone. Whetstone's going to chop this one to third. Third baseman comes up throwing and out at first.
Be aggressive, let's go. Be aggressive.
So 2 outs, Raj Hunt steps in. First pitch to Hunt, fouled off.
Attaboy. Good approach, let's go. Keep it up. Keep it up, let's go.
No 1 to Hunt.
Let's go.
Right down Broadway for a strike. So 0-2 now with 2 outs.
Let's go, Raj. See the ball to the bat. Good lead. Good lead.
That pitch is the ball. We'll see what I can do as far as getting over there fixing the net. And swing and miss. So Wildcats go down in order. 1, 2, 3. We head to the top of the second. The game remains scoreless between the Wildcats and Fargo-Gage Ford Supply. Baker is done with his warm-ups, and we're ready to go in the top of the third. Both teams are looking to crack the scoreboard. Jason Baker's been pitching well today. Yeah, first pitch for Baker is in there for a strike. That pitch is going to be dribbled to third base. Westone makes the play, and a huge stretch there by Kelson Shook, where he essentially lays down on the ground and make that grab. So Shook saving a throwing error right there from Whetstone. But in the stat sheet, the only thing that matters is that it was a 5-3 putout. So good job. And Baker starts another at bat with a strike. Pitch is fouled off. 0-2. Both teams being aggressive. Pitch is high for ball one. So 1-2. 1 out now. And strike three looking as Baker sets another guy down for the strikeout. 2 outs. I apologize if it sounds like something's rubbing up against the mic at random times. A lot of times I'm putting the mic in my pocket to see if I can cut down on the wind. And again, first pitch strike. That pitch will be fouled back to the backstop. 0-2 now. That pitch is high for ball one. That ball is going to be hit into left field. Wyatt Tiller comes running in there, fights off the wind, and makes the catch. So Wildcats, yet again, 1, 2, 3. They get Fargo-Gage Fort Spotted. Go down in order. We head to the bottom of the third. Wildcats looking to put their first run on the board. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on Wildcat TV. Welcome back to Visai, for the bottom of the third inning. Landon King is going to lead off the inning for the Wildcats. King swings and misses at the first pitch. And King's going to ground this one towards the hole. Third baseman comes over, makes a great play, and it's going to get away from first base. So King's going to reach on an error. Tillery's going to lay that one down, and he's going to be out at first base. But that's going to move King over into scoring position.
Now he's on second. Let's go, Seth.
So Seth Whetstone steps in. Whetstone's going to hit this one into center field. And King gets back into second safely. Wind just knocked that thing down. Now Chain with an opportunity to try to plate King. Chain was hit by a pitch in his first at bat. And the first pitch is in the dirt for ball one. Pitch is high, ball two. Top of the lineup did his job in the first inning as they got the bases loaded, but the Wildcats couldn't play to run. That pitch is low for ball three. That ball's in the dirt and gets away from the catcher, so it's going to be a walk. It also allows King to advance over to third on the wild pitch. Kellen Briggs now at the plate. He was also hit by a pitch in the first, which loaded the bases. Briggs looks at that one for a ball. As Chain takes second base. Briggs is going to ground this one right back to the pitcher, who fields it and throws it over to first for the out. So the Wildcats again strain runners on base as two are left on. We head to the top of the fourth. Game is scoreless between the Wildcats and Fargo-Gage Ford Supply. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on Wildcat TV. And we're ready to go. First pitch for Baker is a strike. I know that's 4 straight batters with starting off with a strike. And quickly 0-2. As Baker's dealing right now. And sets him down looking. That's 3 straight pitches for the strikeout.
That was a lucky shot.
First pitch is a ball.
That's what I was thinking.
Wait, that might be the first 3
And that pitch is hit high, and man, the wind has really pushed that into foul territory. Again, that looked like it would have easily saved fair on a normal day. If you've ever been to the Vici Sports Complex out here, or the Vici Memorial Park, you know that it sits at a high point, not a lot blocking from the south, but also Vici as a whole sits up, so nothing blocking from the north either. So the 2-1 pitch is fouled back towards my car. They get fouled back far enough that may have cleared the parking lot. Got up in the wind. And swing and miss, another strikeout for Baker. Let's see if we can get some numbers for you on how many that is between innings. First pitch inside, ball 1. That pitch, chop, fouled back. And that again chopped at. See, it's caught off guard with the off-speed pitch. 1-2 coming up now. And that's in there for a strike. Another strikeout for Baker as Fargo-Gage Fort Supply goes down in order. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. You watch Wildcat Baseball on Wildcat TV.
I forgot.
Foul back, ball 2, or strike 1. 1-1 now. And throw over, and I think they got Baker picked off at first base. As Baker was caught leaning towards second base. So it's 1 out now for the Wildcats. And that's going to be fouled back. So 1-2 to Shook. And strikeout there. Shook leans in, lunges for the pitch, comes out of his shoes a little bit. That's the second out of the inning. Case and Whetstone at the plate now with 2 outs. And we are had a short moment here with no wind. If the sun was out and it wasn't windy, it'd be great. But the sun out with the wind still makes it pretty dang chilly out here. Oh, 1-0 pitch to Whetstone is high. And Whetstone looks at that one, called a strike. May have caught the inside corner. Big cut there by Whetstone to even the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Kaysen goes down looking to end the inning. Wildcats do get a hit in the inning, but nothing doing as we head to the top of the 5th. Both teams looking to get on the board. Watch Wildcat Baseball on Wildcat TV. Baker starts the top of the fifth with a strike. Right there, strike two. The wind caused the net to push our cameras, so I apologize. I didn't see when that happened. And that pitch is outside for ball one. And that pitch is going to be hit into left field, or right field, excuse me. It's going to get under the glove of Casey Whetstone. But the Wildcats are able to hold him to a single. It's a leadoff single. And they're going to get Baker with a balk. Advance the runner over to second. And that pitch hits the top of the zone for a strike. Batter shows bunt. He is going to drop one down. Runner reaches third safely. Baker picks it up, gets it over to Shook. Runner's going home, and he's in there safely. So good base running there by Fargo-Gage for Supply. So with one out, Fargo-Gage Ford Supply takes the lead 1-0 in the top of the fifth inning. Pitch is chopped off foul. Baker still getting those first pitch strikes. There's not many batters this game that he hasn't got a first pitch strike on. That pitch fouled off the catcher. I think that may have went off changed glove and then off the umpire. Umpire's kind of walking around, stretching the shoulder out a little bit. Umpires do have shoulder pads, but that's not a whole lot when it's a hard foul ball. Pitch is high for ball one. That ball's going to be hit into right field. And I believe the catch was made. From my angle, can't see it. It was. So Casey Whetstone makes the catch in right field. From my position, I'm blocked by the first base dugout. So 2 outs now.
There's a massive hole in left center. See that? Hole between left and center.
First pitch again, strike.
Plus is the wind is hanging it up pretty.
Swing and miss there.
We have time to get there.
0-2.
Yeah. Yeah.
That just misses the outside corner for ball one. Swing and miss, strike 3. So Wildcats get out of the inning, but 1 run was scored on a sacrifice bunt. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, Wildcats trail Fargo-Gage Force Supply 1-0. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on Wildcat TV. So Hunt's going to chop this one back to the first baseman, or excuse me, back to the pitcher. He gets it over to first for the first out of the inning. Now Landon King's at the plate. King's going to hit this one into right center field, and it's going to get past the right fielder. He's going to go into second. And going up against the wind kind of slowed him down a little bit, but he is in the second safely.
Good job, Landon!
Let's go, Wyatt. Keep it rolling. Let's go, Wyatt.
So first base double, or first pitch double with 1 out. And Wyatt Tillery now at the plate for the Wildcats. Tillery is going to punch this one, and it's going to go foul down the first base line.
Somebody on it. Brady's on it.
All right, straighten it out. Let's go, Wyatt.
Here we go, Wyatt. Let's go. Get it, Wyatt. Go, Wyatt.
0-1 pitch coming up to Tillery. Wyatt's going to chop this one to the second base, and it's going to get under the glove of the second baseman. And King's going to be sent around third, and he's going to score. So an error is going to allow Tillery to reach, and King is going to score to tie the game at 1. Now Seth Weststone steps in. As Tillery's going to take off for second. And he's going to slide in there easy with the stolen base. pitch was a strike. So 0-1 now. Tillery in scoring position at second base. Whetstone's going to drop the bunt down. And sacrifice bunt moves Tillery to third base. Little Blake Chain coming to the plate.
Move him around, Blake. Let's go.
Hey, let's go, Blake. Hey, let's go, Blake. Do a job. Do a job, Blake. Let's go. Go, Blake.
You got a pistol.
A big swing there by Chain as he fouls this one off.
Blake, this on.
Take it down, Blake. Let's go. Right out it. Let's go.
And the 0-1 pitch. Chain's going to ground this one short. As the shortstop comes up, and it's going to be an error.
Way to go, Wyatt.
And that's going to score Tillery. So another error puts another run on the board, helps the Wildcats get another run on the board and take a 2-1 lead here at the bottom of the fifth inning. Kellen Briggs at the plate. And first pitch strike. Wind is picked back up as I'm eating some dirt right now. A swing and miss there by Briggs. 0-2. Pitch is outside as Chain steals first base or second base. Chain takes off again, and Briggs is going to line this one. I think it fell just foul. So the count remains 1-2 to Briggsy. Pickoff attempt to Chain, and he's back safely.
Yeah, Briggsy.
And check swing, but it's a strike. So Briggs goes down in the bottom of the fifth inning, but the Wildcats do get 2 runs on a couple errors and a hit. We're going to head to the top of the sixth. Wildcats lead 2-1. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on Wildcat TV.
mean, I would do anything for him to be out there.
And welcome back to Viceside. As the Wildcats grabbed a hold of the lead in the bottom of the 5th inning with 2 runs. And we're getting a pinch hitter for Fargo-Gage Fort Supply. Jason Baker's still on the mound, first pitch. That's going to be low and outside, or low and inside for ball 1. Between innings, White Tillery, who's in left field, hat came off and ended up near home plate before they could catch it. Swing and miss there, 1-1. If the Wildcats can hang on for this victory, they'll play tomorrow here in Viceside, 11 o'clock. That pitch is in there for a strike. Pitch is low, ball 2, 2-2. And there's a strikeout, sets him down looking. So 1 out. Here in the top of the 6th inning. First pitch from Baker. Strike. That pitch is inside. Gets to the backstop. 1-1 now. And that pitch is going to go to short, but it's deep enough. He may be there safely, and he does with an infield hit. Good job by Landon King to get over there in the hole. Potentially get it over there at first base, but it's just a little too deep. So we're running around first base now with 1 out for Fargo-Gage Fort Supply. That pitch is going to be chopped to first, picked up by Shook as he throws it over to second, and the ball's low and gets away from King. So both runners are safe on the throwing error. With 1 out. The runners at first and second for Fargo-Gage Fort Supply. Pitch is just high for ball 1. Now it may sound a little annoying saying their full name every time, but I've never officially heard anybody say a nickname for that co-op program. So that ball's in there for a strike. Times feels like the wind picks up a little bit.
That must be where them gusts they call it.
And the pickoff attempt at second base gets into the outfield as Baker's hat comes off and Chain has to pick it up near home plate.
Go, Jay!
1-1 count. Runners on first and second. Runner takes off. A swing and miss there. But Chain drops the strike, so both runners do advance. So now, 2 runners now in scoring position. Pitch fouled back.
Jason!
Again, that pitch fouled back off the backstop. Good battle here. 1-2 coming up again. And gets him looking, but the ball gets away from Chain. So the runner takes off from third, and he slides in safely to tie the ball game. So tie ball game, and a strikeout and pass ball. So 2 outs, runner on third base. Umpire goes out and has a conversation with Baker. First pitch is high for ball 1. That pitch swung on a miss, 1-1. That pitch is going to be hit in the center field as Rush Hunt comes in and makes a great play on the run for the out. So we head to the bottom of bottom of the 6th. Tie ball game 2-2 as the Wildcats need to get a run on the board to take care of business here. And we're back at Vicei, the Vicei Sports Complex, Memorial Park. Jason Baker's going to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning with a tie ball game at 2. And first pitch is a ball. And second pitch of the inning is in the dirt, makes it 2-0. Baker's going to hit this one into left field, and the wind's going to push it foul. That's the second time where it looked like it was going to left center. The next thing you know, it falls down just inside the fence on fair territory, or foul territory. So 2-1 now. Baker's going to ground this one into left field through the hole, and it's a leadoff single by Baker.
Perfect hit, Jason!
Good way to get started for the Wildcats. Kelson Shook comes to the plate.
Find the hole, dummy, find the hole!
And first pitch is low, ball 1. Baker takes off as Shook chops down a bunt. Pitcher picks it up, gets it over to first base. For the first out of the inning, Baker now in scoring position. Kason Whetstone steps in. And fouled off by Whetstone. 0-1. That ball's going to get away from the catcher, so that's going to move Baker over to third on the wild pitch. So 1-1 count to Kason Whetstone. Baker 90 feet away at third base. A swing and miss. 1-2. And Whetstone goes down looking for the second out. Rush Hunt now coming to the plate. Hunt's going to pop this one up out of play. Strike 1. And pitches in there for a strikeout, too. And they say Hunt went around for the strikeout. So Wildcats stranded runner at third base as we head to the top of the 7th. The score is tied 2-2. Time to get to the top of the top of the 7th inning here in Visay. Between the Wildcats, Fargo-Gage for Supply. First pitch is capped off the end of the bat. Landon King comes up, makes play over to Shook for the first out of the inning. First pitch, first out. Wildcats keep a runner run off the board here. They'll have an opportunity in the bottom half of the inning to walk it off at the top of the lineup coming up. And that pitch is going to be hit in the left field. And the ball's going to be dropped. Excuse me, right field. Ball's going to be dropped in right field. So, Fargo-Gage for Supply as a runner at first base now. Swing and miss, strike one. That pitch in there for a strike, strike two. And strike three. So 2 outs. Running on first. That pitch is going to be chopped to the third base dugout for the first strike of the inning. Or excuse me, first strike of the at-bat. Baker's still pitching well. In the 7th inning, if the scoreboard's correct, it's at 83 pitches. Pitch is high, runner takes off for second base. And he's in there safely.
Get you better now. Focus on him. 1-1. 1-1.
And Baker's going to step off.
You got it, Jason!
1-1 count coming up. And that pitch is going to be over Baker's glove to King. King to first for the out.
Ah, good job, boys. Good job, Jason. Good job.
So a chance coming up for the Wildcats. Score it's tied as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. And on top of the lineup coming up here, watching Wildcat Baseball on Wildcat TV. Landon Keene's going to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Wildcats. Score tied at 2. See if the Wildcats get a walk-off of some kind this afternoon. More than likely will not be a walk-off home run dealing with this win, but see if King can get it started, and he does, and it's going to drop. It's going to get past the left fielder, so King's going to go to second base. He gets away from the second baseman, but King is going to stay at second base, so first pitch, Wildcats have a runner in scoring position as King represents the winning run. King standing at second base. Wyatt Tillery is the batter. They're going to keep King honest, throw it over to second. Fargo does have a pickoff today. And Tillery's going to rip this one into left field. Ball gets away, but Coach Warman's going to hold him. So single from Tillery into left field pushes King to third base. And Fargo coach is coming in to talk to his pitcher. And we're back. Runners on first and third, winning run 30 feet or 90 feet away with Seth Westone at the plate. No outs. First pitch to Whetstone is a strike. And Tillery is going to move on to second base. As Tillery's run really doesn't matter at this point. Whetstone's going to pop this one back into foul territory. And it's going to get over the fence. Foul into the parking lot. So 0-2 coming up. King stands on third base. 0-2 pitch coming up to Whetstone. And he offers at it and goes down swinging. So 1 out now. Blake Chain at the plate.
Let's move this around. Let's go, Blake.
All the Wildcats need really is a good hard ground ball. Chain's going to foul this one back into the parking lot. Looks like it's going to go across the runway at the airport.
I have no idea what Josh is saying.
Chain looks at an 0-1. Winning run stands on third base. Chain's going to pop this one up and it's going to get out foul. And then just behind us.
All right, down here, Blake. Let's go.
Hit your front tire.
Well, I'll take that.
job. Good job, bud.
Yeah. We just need a base.
Chain looks at 0-2 count now. Trying to get King across the plate as the winning run. That pitch is going to be high. 1-2.
All right, let's go, Blake.
Tillery stands at second base, but his run really doesn't matter at this point. That pitch to... Oh! That pitch was
You don't swing it that
across Chain's face, and
You about took in the ear hole.
across Chain's face, and he's called out the strike. So Kellen Briggs now at the plate.
I got a report. Let's go, Briggs. We need you, Briggs. Good eye.
First pitch for Briggs is high.
I can't swing at anything. You got to swing, Briggs.
He knew he had to hold that because he just couldn't.
There we go. Good job, Briggs. Put the ball on.
0-1 to Briggs, and he's going to ground this one. And it's going to be to shortstop. Shortstop gets it over to first, and Fargo-Gage Sports Supply gets out of the inning. So we had the extra innings. Wildcats and Fargo-Gage Sports Supply tied at 2. You can watch Wildcat Baseball on Wildcat TV. And we're back to live side. Extra innings now. Baker still on the mound for the Wildcats. During the top of the 8th inning. First pitch is in there for a strike. With the exception of a pitch or two. Pretty good job behind the plate today. That pitch is going to be fouled back. 0-2.
That is crazy. Now, I will say, when I played college baseball for Northwestern, so we started the first game with double header, and 9, 17, 3. first game.
No 2 pitch.
Switched down to north.
That's going to be fouled off.
It's just falling. They're falling off out there, and so the rule was you had to start or the way.
And excuse me, swing as he swings, gets away from Chain. Chain throws down a shook for the out.
Perfect play. Perfect play.
So strikeout and put out at first.
A couple falls out there. Everybody has to go up and do it. He said, "Here goes strike." But it was. That was the day that I was that it was started off. Yeah, it wasn't a pot of yesterday. You know, it was just the 7th.
That pitch is going to be struck into right field.
There you go.
And it's going to be caught
Good job, Casey!
as Cason Whetstone makes the catch for the second out. Two outs here in the top of the 8th. First from Baker is low for ball 1. And perfect pitch there down Broadway, strike 1. Oh, 1-1. And that pitch is going to catch him. It looks like maybe up near the shoulder.
Right. Go get your batter right here. Let's go. You ready? Be moving. Make the play.
Oh, I was so upset. I'm like, okay.
A runner at first base. That pitch is in there for a strike. Baker's still throwing well. Swung on the miss. Runner takes off for second base. And he's going to slide in as the ball hits him. Well, there's 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. And that's going to catch the outside corner for strike 3. Didn't just realize I never fixed the out. So it's called third strike. Gets the Wildcats out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Wildcats and Fargo-Gage Fort Supply tied at 2. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on Wildcat TV. So we're back, bottom of the 8th inning here on a blustery day in Visay. Wind gusts in the low 30s. Jason Baker's going to lead off the inning with the chopper to shortstop. Shortstop cuts a throw, and Baker's going to beat the throw. So leadoff single, first pitch.
Good job, Jason!
And Baker's safe. Kelson Shook comes to the plate. And see if the Wildcats are aggressive here. With the winning run now on base. And first pitch Shook, and that's going to get away from the catcher. So ball, and Baker is going to advance to second base. The wild pitch puts a runner in scoring position for the Wildcats with no outs. Pitch in there for a strike, 1-1 count now. That pitch is going to be chopped in front of the plate. Catcher's not going to be able to handle it as Shook's going to reach safely. And Baker moves over to third base.
Do your job right here, Casey. Let's go, kid.
So no outs, winning run at third base, Jason Baker. Kason Whetstone comes to the plate. Wildcats need just a good hard ground ball to end this game in a walk-off fashion. And Weston's going to show bunt as they're going to allow Shook just to go into second base as his run really doesn't matter. As he still hasn't tapped on second base, and there we go. All right. So again, Whetstone's going to show bunt. Let's see. Tries to keep Baker honest. As they're kind of expecting a suicide squeeze here. And that's pulled back as it hits the catcher's glove and off the catcher's glove. And Baker's in there for the winning run. So the Wildcats lead Wildcats win 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning on a pass ball as it got away from the catcher here in the Visay tournament. So the Wildcats will play in the Consolation Championship tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Wait to see who they play. I believe it's between Arnett and Moreland. But what a way to end this game and get the victory as the Wildcats beat Fargo-Gage Fort Supply 3-2. You've been watching Wildcat Baseball on Wildcat TV.